What is up, everybody? Welcome to Talk Wrestling here on this Tuesday night. It is July 19th. It is still 2022. Good grief. It feels like it was going along there at a rapid pace, and all of a sudden just kind of slowed down a little bit. But welcome to Talk Wrestling. Thank you all for joining us on Gossip Studios, on the Great Cherry brand, on ODQ.com, and of course, the Jeff Meacham Network. And wow, my chair is really faded out on that green screen. Give me a second here. That looks like absolute shit. So we'll attempt to fix that just okay. Now we're just losing me on the screen, which is even better, I reckon. Probably don't look very good today. I don't feel very good today. All right, let's see if we can make that work, or if we're just gonna have one of those tech days. We're gonna have a tech day. Cool. Okay, that's not happy. See if we can maybe 44. Can we do that? Can we maybe do that? We're gonna go ahead and leave it like that. That'll work. That's better than it was, I reckon. All right, I don't need to know this. Go away, Mister. Yeah, thank you. Can we block that? Cool. Thanks. All right, very good. So it is post NXT. If you watched it live on the East Coast feed, cool. If not, you can catch it on the West Coast here at a little under an hour. I'll see if I can watch it tonight. I've been tending to watch most stuff on JJ's schedule, and thank you, JJ, again for being here. Appreciate that, as always. Psycho Jet Black with a question before we even really took to the air today. Am I excited for Slatman versus Nature Boy? I am overjoyed to be covering, actually, Ric Flair's last match, the entire card. We do have it ordered on Fight TV. We will be having commentary from myself and Mr. Foster coming up on... why is that so crooked? You know what? Hell with it today. Give me a second. This will be one of those friggin' days. It's all right. Just go ahead and turn that off for today, because obviously we're going to have a tech day. I don't understand why. It really doesn't matter. So we're just going to go ahead and let it be green. That's all right, anyway. Yeah, I'm very much looking forward to the last match for Jeff Jarrett. And yeah, it's one of those, Noah was on the fence about doing it just because of SummerSlam, JJ. As you know, he's the hardest working man in show business, that Noah Foster. He's simple, but he is effective, as we've talked about, you and I, quite a bit. And, you and he are calling SummerSlam, along with James Hebert. That'll be James's last hurrah with us on that particular front. Oh, okay. Got your Instagram message, JJ. Cool. That's cool. You guys were out there today. I'll have to talk to you off air about that. And Joey says he missed the NXT broadcast of the All-Star Game. I know Major League Baseball is going on right now. The All-Star Game. I'm a fan. They're at Dodger Stadium this year, so I would. Tickets weren't so god awful expensive. I probably made my way out there, but it is what it is. But yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to. I'm actually looking forward to everything coming up. Ring of Honor, of course, Death Before Dishonor is coming up this Saturday. We'll be covering that on the Jeff Meacham Network, and along with FGW Productions and the Simple Man Studios. Gossip Studios also be covering that. JJ won't be calling that show, but we will be on the Gossip channel to kind of get the views out there. We're covering SummerSlam. We're covering the Flair match. We're covering NWA 74 coming up in August. We're going to be covering Clash at the Castle. Also Clash of the Cure. That's how tired I am. Everything, all the major shows. We're doing the pay-per-views, premium live events, all that happy stuff. So it'll be a cool thing. We're gonna stay busy. I had said that going to Disneyland was going to be the day off on a number of fronts, including the fact that I wasn't really working that day. I did try the stream. I did try that, and it didn't work out. I don't know what happened. According to my YouTube logs, it did stream. I just had it on. I guess I had the timing off, or maybe one of the videos I had queued up was not set to start at the right time. I don't know what the hell happened. So if you're in my Disney Fix group on Facebook, I am going to do my best to try to recalibrate that broadcast and do you guys a solid, because I was pissed that I was furious when I was boarding Soaring Over the World and found out that the stream had timed out. I was pissed. And then I smacked my knee into a pillar, getting into the ride in my scooter. I just barreled right into it. I mistimed the turn, miscalculated the turn, and just smashed my knee to shit. Pissed me off. So I'll try to get that up for you guys in the group soon. JJ says, not counting the Eagles and the Disney song shows coming up, what Dad's not a wrestling topic are you most looking forward to for the remainder of the year? There's a lot of cool stuff coming up. As JJ knows, the rest of you guys don't know. We're going to do our top 10. In September, we're doing 3 shows because we have three Mondays to work with. We're doing our top 10 Keanu Reeves movies. We're doing our top 10 movies set in school as part of the back to school theme. And we're doing our top 10 X Division champions of all time, which, how do you not count somebody like Jay Lethal in that, who's going to be part of Flair's last match coming up on the 31st. August, we've got, this top 10 SummerSlam title matches. You mentioned the Eagles show, Jay. October, we're talking top 10 horror sequels. Things like Bride of Frankenstein, all the franchises and everything. Just a lot of really cool stuff coming up. But honestly, I'm very much looking forward to next week. We've got 2 shows next week. And I'll have the graphics loaded here at the plugs at the end. So we'll go ahead and take care of that. But talking about arguably the greatest in-ring performer in WWE history, and Shawn Michaels and his greatest matches, along with Stat Boy. You and I are going to be doing that, JJ, so that'll be exciting. And then, Horsemen. Covering the Horsemen, talking about the definitive ranking of the 4 Horsemen membership, the 10 that we have as far as the actual group listing. Narrowing that down, having you narrow that down, and me being able not even to have a second thought of co-signing, going, boom, that was the list. You have a Horseman. See, okay, I have a problem with that, and I only have a problem with it because I ordered one from Arn, from the Starcast folks, and I was told it wouldn't get here until after Starcast, which kind of defeated the purpose. I'm still gonna order. I'm still gonna be happy I have it, along with my official Big Gold Belt shirt. But I am seriously considering going to my custom graphics guy. Be like, dude, what would it take? Because I really want a Horseman shirt, and since I already have the one on order, I need to talk to you because I don't remember which one you have. You and I can talk off air about that, Jay. But whatever one you don't have from that era, I'm gonna get the other one. That way, we each have a Horseman shirt because I can have a Horseman shirt, and I have my Flair shirt, but I'm gonna wear that on Sunday the 31st. So I don't want to be doubling up, right? Seems kind of silly, but anyway. So yeah, the ones I'm looking forward to the most are definitely next week's, and that's mainly because they're the 2 next ones. And I always, the running joke is, what's your favorite champion? What's your favorite, the next one? I always look forward to what we have in the future. We have to, we got a lot of cool stuff coming up. So I'm definitely looking forward to what are we doing here, Ric Flair. Okay, cool. Okay, that's good because I was torn between the one that I got, which is the classic, with the 4 horses and the kind of like the diamond type shape, and the one I didn't order. There's actually a lot of great Horseman shirts. They've got the one from the 90s, the mid 90s that has like the big Roman numeral 4. I personally like the one they had in 98, 99, the Tradition of Excellence with the horses riding in the silhouette. So we'll see what I end up getting. We'll see how it goes. Hopefully I can get it in time because we have a week to go. So we'll see. Psycho Jet Black with a couple of questions. I was going to get to them, but then I got distracted. What is going on with the women's tag titles in NXT? Again, I didn't watch NXT tonight, but we did talk about this, I think, on Open Mic Night. JJ will confirm that for me here in the chat room. I don't know. They have Cora and Roxy win the tag titles, and then Cora turns on her last week. So it seems to me they're completely giving up on the idea of women's tag team championships across the WWE presentation, which I think, if they're not going to they're giving such little of a shit about the presentation of the women's division as a whole anyway, why even bother trying to accentuate if you're just going to completely shit on it? So I think it's sad that they're doing it that way, but I'm not booking the territory. Why was Paul Roma chosen to join the Horsemen? I have no bloody idea. I don't. I still don't to this day, almost 30 years later. I don't understand it. I don't it makes no damn sense. And I will tell you this, and I've been thinking about this during the day, making my my list for the Shawn Michaels show and going over the Horseman graphics and everything. I really think we should go from top to bottom, Jay, when we do this list on a week from Thursday. And I say that because we've been teasing for the better part of this year when we talked about the Horseman topic that Roma may be the worst Horseman, but he's not in the worst Horseman group. And it's like, well, who the hell's who can be a worse Horseman group than Roma or, the one with Sid because Sid tried to murder a Horseman. We do have a worse Horseman group than that. And I think that should be the hook. I think that should be the last thing we say. That way people can understand when we talk about the greatness as we go through the years and whittle it down to what was just the absolute shits of the Horseman lineups. But as far as individual members, Roma was the absolute worst. The absolute worst. Like I said on Dads, when you are the jobber of the two in a tag team with Jim Powers and with Hercules Hernandez, that's bad. We're not actually counting. All right, we'll go 10-1, whatever. But I just don't want to blow the big hook, at the very start of the show. But again, this was your topic you asked to present, so I will defer. We're not counting Fortune or Evolution or any other offshoots. The Extreme Horsemen they had in, and I think that was up in the Northeast somewhere. We're just strictly Crockett and WCW, 1986 to 1999. Those are the Horsemen. Whatever we think of the various incarnations. But yeah, and again, I can't talk about that topic without talking about the book by Dick Bourne that was, heavily helped out by people like Dave Milliken, Conrad Thompson, and those guys about, so yeah. And again, people have been talking the last 48 hours now about, Roma's still acknowledged as a Horseman and not Jarrett. So however, whatever you want to say la vie. It's I like the story they're going with. I like the fact that they're, preying on the character of Jeff Jarrett, resenting not being acknowledged by Arn, by Rick, by anybody as a Horseman. I think that's a cool way to go. I'm still on the fence to this day. I know we saw the footage. We talked about this on Twitter and on the shows that, Arn stuck Jarrett's hand into Mongo's and threw the four fingers up. So Jarrett was a Horseman, whether any of us like it or not. And I don't, by the way. I think the entirety of 1997 was such a cluster for the Horseman that I mean, you got Jarrett involved in that crap. You had Benoit hurt for a lot of that. Flair was out until midway through the year. Henning came in and completely ramshackled everybody. And it was till 98 that the Horseman really got, and then of course they were undermined again by WCW looking at this. How it was. Psycho J Black Eyes realized Flair is having his final match with a former Book member. Well, yeah, that's the thing. Jarrett always seems to find a way to get himself into a group, and then the group tanks when he gets involved. The Horseman. And again, we're not saying that the Jarrett incarnation was the worst Horseman either necessarily. You have to wait till the 28th to find out. But that wasn't a good Horseman group. And, the NWO 2000, what a joke that was. And by the time Jarrett joined the Bullet Club, it was a shell of itself. You had no Omega, no Bucks, no AJ, no Balor, none of those guys. So, Jarrett always seems to find a way to insert himself into a group, in storyline, whether he's running the company or not. And then the faction completely shits the bed, if it's a word. So, yeah, I like Double J as Double J, whether it's, the greatest singer, greatest entertainer, that stuff, or whether it's, the Slapnuts guy. He is so Jarrett, and again, depending on what DVD you watch, never drew a dime, that better critter bullshit. But, Jarrett was great as Jeff Jarrett. I actually liked Jeff Jarrett as just Jeff Jarrett, doing his own thing. Didn't have to be part of a group. NWO 2000 was my NWO because of when I came into yeah, Jay, by the time you actually really started watching on the regular, yeah, the Wolfpack Elite, I've talked about that ad nauseum too. The Wolfpack Elite was just falling apart. In the '98, there were two separate groups, and it was NWO was shit. And I still say, the Wolfpack Elite would have been great if they hadn't got hurt. And I also co-sign on NWO 2000 would have been fine had Brett not gotten hurt, had Jarrett not suffered the concussion again in the match of the Legends that week going into Soul Bout. So, doomed from the start. Why did Mike Graham hate you? I don't know. I don't. Mike Graham came off very, very poorly on at least that DVD, the Rise and Fall WCW. He talked about, he told Bischoff he should book Hogan. No. Hulk Hogan hated Mike Graham. Mike Graham, tried to derail Terry Bollea's entry into the business and then got him hooked up with Matt Suda, and then Matt Suda broke his leg and tried to shoo him away at Mike Graham's direction. Right? And then, Terry came back and became Hulk Hogan anyway. I don't know what Mike Graham's issue was. I know there was definitely some issues mentally because he took his life like his father took his life, and that's a shitty. That's tragic that is the way things ended up for him. But he came off very, very bitter. At least every time I saw him do an interview. Why he hated Jeff Jarrett, I don't know. I think that was honestly the spin of that DVD. Anybody that was working for TNA or had, completely, done WWE dirty. I mean, Jarrett, walked out and he held the company up for money more than once. So, Jarrett was a bad dude. So, if you're going to be on WWE, you gotta shit on Jarrett. It's like, and I thought that was disrespectful as hell, to be perfectly honest with you. Mike Graham was like, Jeff Jarrett could hit people 100 yards, never drew a dime. And said, what the hell did Mike Graham ever do in the business other than be Eddie Graham's son and, hang on to that last little grasp of that's what I'm looking for, relevancy by working in the office in WCW and making claims that are completely untrue. So, good on you, Mike, for feeling the need to shit on other people. I feel bad. And again, Mike Graham was the guy that if you read the Guy Evans book about Nitro, about WCW's history, Mike Graham was the reason the Radicals left, because Mike Graham threatened to, kill those guys. So Mike Graham had a lot of issues. Yeah, exactly. And again, there was a lot to unpack on that the Flair's last match documentary that dropped yesterday for the ad-free shows, folks. If you watch it on Fight, I think tomorrow. Part of the story they wove is that Flair told Jarrett, and again, I'm trying to shit on the views on Fight TV, so sorry guys, but it's out there now, right? So Flair told Jarrett, I never liked you or your old man, and it's Jarrett had a lot of shit. Jarrett had Jerry and Jeff had a lot of shit between them with each other. But Jerry's going to be at StarCast, so is Jeff. So it's all about people and their ability to get past the bullshit of wrestling, and it's hard. I have plenty of people I know that still don't, haven't got past the bullshit of the industry, and that's just the reality of the situation. Yeah, Benoit was a horseman. And again, I found out exactly how World the Small is. Wow, I'm pulling up his picture, fresh paint of coat. I believe Eddie Guerrero did shit on Mike Graham in his book. Do I still have Eddie's book over there? I have to look. I don't have. Yeah, I do. I'll have to read Eddie's book again when I get an opportunity. It's been a while since I've read a lot of the books I have, or even new ones for that matter. But again, Mike Graham was not exactly the most beloved individual as an office worker. You know, I never saw him wrestle. I couldn't. I couldn't. I don't think I could care less about that part of his career. But the fact of the matter is, he purposely tried to derail Terry Bollea's entry into the business, and then once he was in, you know, oh well, yeah, I'm the one that started him. No, you didn't. No, you didn't, Mike. You didn't. And again, you know, it's you know, bitterness and jealousy are a mucker feather, and you know, I feel bad that he came off like that. How often is WWE right history? I don't have enough time in this time slot to go over that answer, Joey. That's often, very, very often. And again, you know what? The history of war is written by the victors, right? So when we talk about the rise and fall of WCW, WWE can write that story because they won the war. Yeah, and again, you know, Eddie was very much he had that fiery temper about him, but you know, easygoing guy unless you rub him the wrong way. And you know, Mike Graham was one of the guys that rubbed him the wrong way. Apparently, if you read the books, you know, I don't think I've seen a positive accounting of a lot of people in the office in WCW at that point, because there was so much discontinuity between the guys that actually were working for WCW and the guys that were running WCW for Turner and then Time Warner, AOL, whatever the hell you want to call the conglomerate. It's just a mess. It really is. And I think it's funny to me that here we are, you know, over 21 years now since the demise of WCW, and you know, people still talk about stuff like that. Kurt Angle upset Eddie, and Kurt and Eddie were decent buddies. Correct me if I'm wrong. I believe they were friends. You know, again, it's, you know, Eddie's old school. Eddie's old school, and didn't like a lot of the stuff that was going on back then. Any rivalry show did change what led Brett to lead after a bunch. I'll have to rewatch that because I was pretty sure that stayed true to the story we've been told for 25 years. So I'll have to, or you can, you know, if you want to throw in there, you can. That's fine. Wrestling feels like 6 degrees of Kevin Bacon, where everyone has met each other. Yeah, wrestling very much is 6 degrees separation. There is no way around that. And I find that out more and more every time I have a guest come back or I meet somebody new, and oh, you know, this guy, it's you know, we all know each other. It's one big giant freaking familial tree of hell. It's crazy that we all tend to interact. You know, it's you know, when we had Frankie on the anniversary show. By the way, I need to say this again. Thank you all that tuned in to the anniversary show last week. That was completely last minute. That went the way it went as far as having to do it Tuesday night instead of last Saturday. And I can't thank you guys enough. That meant so much to me to have so many people pop in and say hello. And Frankie especially coming on there and having an extra hour with just Aaron and Frankie was really cool. But, you know, trying to talk about Frankie, trying to talk, you know, with Frankie about the Angels. And the reality of it is that, you know, he and Joey Ryan, I don't know if they still are, but they were very good friends for a very long time. And, you know, a lot of that was bonding over their fandom of the Angels. So it was just, and Aaron and I talked about it after Frankie and I hung up. We hung up with Frankie. It's the trouble is we all know each other, but it's a great thing. It's a great thing we all know each other, right? It sucks. Ben, again, good to see you here in the room. Appreciate that, brother. I appreciate what we're going to do Saturday as far as Ring of Honor, so we'll talk more about that. Mike, we did talk about this earlier. I'm loving it. I love the whole card for 31st. I'm looking forward to covering it with Noah on play-by-play. I'm very, very grateful to have that opportunity. Muhammad, we talked about this at length on Open Mic Night this past Saturday night on the Jeff Meacham Network, on the Cascade Studios, on Noah's channel, James Hewert's channel. So go check that out. It's in the archives, dated July 16th. It was actually the actual anniversary of Talk Wrestling. We did Open Mic Night. So check that out. Full answer for you there. Full debate and discussion on it, actually. about the whole Chris Benoit and Jordan Gray situation. How would I handle the situation? I wouldn't have opened my damn mouth about it in the first place 15 years later. So there you go. Did I hear the story about Eddie trying to take down Kurt Angle? I'm sure I've heard it over the years, but it's kind of one of those things. JJ, it's an honor to have you and CC on. I'm definitely looking forward to seeing you guys again next weekend. It'll be cool. It'll be cool. All right. That was how the half hour went super quick. That was awesome. By the way, I did. God, brain fart. I did, and I still do encourage everybody to send in questions during the show, before the show. If you guys want to tweet me or message me on social media with your questions for tonight, for the shows we're going to do that particular night. Any and all questions are always welcome whenever they come in. And if they're not welcome, then you guys will definitely know about it. You guys will definitely know that it's like, I'm not going to answer that. Sorry, not gonna be brought up. Not going to be a thing. But if it's workable for me to answer the question, then I will be more than happy to do it, because I enjoy the interaction with everybody. I think it's really cool that I still, after 15 years of doing this show, 20 with Aaron overall, I still get to do this stuff. It's fun, and I know I come off a lot of times as ungrateful, and I come off as not really appreciative of what it is I do, and that could not be any further from the truth. I am so humbled by the fact that I get to do this stuff on the regular. I think that's really a cool facet of my existence, that I get to still, after all these years, get to do this stuff. So I am appreciative. And again, if you guys can feel free, again, send in questions before, send in questions at any time during the course of the week, and I will do everything I can to make sure they get saved. Make sure I can do everything I can to make sure they get addressed, because I do feel that you guys deserve that recognition, as all the support you guys give me over the years. Thanks, Jeff. To watch Raw Talk on Peacock, how can I watch it? Is it free trial? Okay, so I don't know exactly what is on the free version of Peacock, because I don't have the free version. I pay the $9.99 because I wanted to keep my WWE coverage intact the way it was. So I don't know what all is included in the there goes my headset. Give me a second, guys. In the free version of Peacock. So I don't answer for you, Mohammed. I'm sorry, I don't. Again, you guys saw the trailers before we went on the air here. JJ, of course, August being birthday month, you can catch his favorite movies part 2 being reviewed this year all throughout August, so check that out. He also did a review yesterday of a movie I hadn't watched all the way through until I found he was going to do that, so go check that out. That was up yesterday. Disney's Mulan. Tomorrow he's covering the movie I will watch tomorrow before I watch his review, because I still haven't seen it. Pocahontas 2, Journey to the New World. That'll be coming up at 3 p.m. Pacific tomorrow. And then Friday he's doing Disney's Tarzan, and then Saturday he's doing Thor: Love and Thunder, which is his new release for the week. So check that out. Psycho, let me get the. I think they call these newsboy hats. I don't remember the exact name of it, but let me go ahead and. Oh, there's the bald head. It's I think they classify them as newsboy hats. I don't know. It's not a beret. It's definitely not a beret unless you turn around and wear it Shawn Michaels style. Then it's kind of a beret. But no, this is what they call a newsboy hat, I believe is what it is. And I know I look really stupid with the beard on. I usually try to shave before I wear this hat because don't think I look like an idiot or a neck beard or whatever the hell they call it. So yeah, definitely don't try not to do that. Joey says, I love Mulan, one of my favorite Disney. Yeah, I did not watch Mulan for the longest time. The subject matter didn't really interest me. But when I met Mulan and Mushu at one of the character fan days, La Long's Friends Days character interactions at Disneyland one year with JJ and everybody, I found myself intrigued. So I'm glad I finally watched it. I did. Suki, that's right. That's it. I actually did not get to see that, but I did. You know what? Thank you for reminding me, Jay, because I forgot I wanted to do that, because I just did. I wanted to do that. I can't do the video because I'll get pinged for it because YouTube sucks. I don't want to get Aaron mad at me for causing that drama, but let me go ahead and get these pictures up. We'll do that one, and then that one, and then that one, and then that one. Boop. Okay. Anyway, I heard Mulan 2 is one of the worst straight-to-DVD movies ever. That'd be a JJ question, but I'm sure it's not all that good. Wouldn't surprise me a bit. So that was JJ stuff. Of course, tomorrow we're also on Wednesdays. We have where the hell? Oh, it's not even in here. Super. The Greg Cherry Show, of course, every Wednesday on my channel and Greg's channel. Don't forget to watch that. Thursday, however, will be the first ever tag team episode of Jack of All Trades. Exclusively on the Greg Cherry brand. We will have 4 teams. He has the graphic up of the 4 teams, so check out his Twitter feed over at Greg Cherry brand for all the information there. Aaron, of course, has everything going on No DQ right now with coverage of Raw and SmackDown and Dynamite and Rampage if it's not taped, and the pay-per-view recaps and No DQ review Thursday nights. All the breaking news, all the happy stuff on NoDQ.com, so make sure you check those guys out. If you're watching NoDQ, we appreciate that. Actually, there's more people watching my channel. We got somebody that raised a channel this week. I'm proud of that. That's pretty freaking cool. Let's see. Mulan live action 2020 is worse than Mulan. Whoa! We're getting hot and heavy with the Mulan discussion. Where do I think Sasha Mercedes will end up? Good question. Hard to say. We talked about that Saturday night as well, Mike night. If she's not happy in wrestling, or at least at WWE, she should take the money for acting and performing in Hollywood and run. Richard says, the only movie people can ask, the only Disney cartoon I've ever seen is Beauty and the Beast. Hey, not a bad one to have on the resume. Beauty and the Beast is one of the greatest ones they ever did. I absolutely love Beauty and the Beast. I always have. Let's see. I was doing plugs. Oh, well, there you go. Okay. So Saturday night, of course, this Saturday, the 23rd, the return of Ring of Honor, Death Before Dishonor. That's at 8 Eastern. Our coverage begins at 6:30 p.m. Eastern, 3:30 Pacific with preview and predictions. And then that'll be myself, Noah Foster, and James Hebert. And then 1 week from Saturday, our SummerSlam coverage. Again, I need to edit that graphic because there's going to be a couple of channels aren't covering that, but that'll be same time as Death Before Dishonor, just a week later, 8 p.m. Eastern, 6:30 with the pre-show. And then the 31st, of course, we're covering Flair's last match. That'll be awesome. The whole show, their pre-show starts at 6:05, so we're going to start our coverage at 4:30 Eastern. That's going to be a long-ass day. And after both Death Before Dishonor and SummerSlam, we will have, of course, open mic night. I'm not going to do it the night of Flair's last match, only because it's Sunday night, and I want to get to bed early, to be perfectly honest with you. I'm getting old. Not going to lie. Yeah, I'll tell you what. I was looking forward mostly to Death Before Dishonor before the Flair's card started really taking shape. I'm looking forward to Flair's card more than Death Before Dishonor, and definitely more than SummerSlam. But all 3 shows are going to be fun, at least to cover, so that'll be exciting. Again, I talked about it yesterday briefly as best I could without trying to spoil anything. I love every bit of it. I can't wait to see it all play out. And whether you're a subscriber to the Conrad stuff or not, or you just listen to it on regular podcast things, they talk about it on My World this week, on To Be the Man this week. So it's all intertwined together with StarCast, with the card, with the podcast. So definitely check those out. I'm enjoying the hell out of every bit of this. I really am as a fan. I'm enjoying it so much. Any updates on Danielson, Hardy, and Punk? When will they be expected to be on TV? Don't know. No idea. Good question. That's like 3 times. Yeah, again, guys, thank you, JJ, for reminding me. Yeah, it's one of those, you got to tune into the whole show. I'm at 7:05/10:05 every single Tuesday night. Without fail. Actually, hard way, believe it or not. Karen Jarrett's heel actually busted Rick open. That was a hard way. He even said, you can hear him say it on the show. It's hard way. It's a hard way, guys. I don't think Ring of Honor should be a developmental brand. I think Ring of Honor should take the Friday night time slot personally and be the Friday night show instead of Rampage. It wasn't just you, brother. So it's all good. No worries. No worries. All right. So I want to really quickly, before I sign off, I did want to show some of the pictures off just because I'm happy that they turned out so well. Can't see. I'm blind. JJ will like this one. because I missed him last time I was at Disney back in June, because he was the only one of the Fab Five that I missed out on Main Street. So Donald Duck and I got a picture. I thought that was really fun. What is this? Oh, this is over in Galaxy's Edge. That is Chewbacca waving at me. Didn't encourage him. He just kind of waved and said, did the whole thing. So I thought that was kind of cool of him to, give me a little photo out there. It's amazing how Jeff Jarrett considered her wrestling joint. Hey, any of these guys that we watched as kids, they're still involved. I think it's cool. There, that's my dude right there. That's Chewbacca. There you go. Let's see. What else did I have here? I don't know why I had this up twice. Oh, I don't. Just kidding. One reason I wanted to go soon was because they had Darth Vader doing appearances. I didn't have a solo picture with Darth Vader until this last visit because they were group pictures or whatever. And then this last visit was both Dylan and my dad, and it turns out our friend Ronnie, who was our cast liaison Sunday. It was my dad and Dylan's first time on the ride, Rise Resistance ride, both Millennium Falcon and Rise Resistance. This is on Millennium Falcon, but it was first time our buddy Ronnie was in the pilot seat. So there's our picture from that. I like this one. Okay, well, this is Dad, Dylan, and I. Sorry for the googly eyes. On the Spider-Man ride over at California Adventure in the Avengers campus. I think it's called Web Slingers. Forgive me. The high score is me. For the record, I'll have Dad vouch for it if I need to. But first time on a ride, get the high score. I'm proud of my damn self. I like this picture of Mickey and I. And everybody knows me, knows I need a Mickey picture. We'll do that in a second. I didn't get to get a picture with the statue of Walt and Mickey over in Disneyland, the partner statue. So I got the storyteller statue, which is over on Buena Vista Street in Disney's California Adventures. So, and I felt, that was Walt when he first came to California. So I thought that was appropriate for Disneyland's birthday. I do like this one because what I was trying to do that day was get a picture of Mickey and I with the dedication plaque. That way we could have it there. Psycho, I do actually have a green screen that covers the entire wall. It's just the camera's off center and I can't get to line up. Usually I have a little bit closer, but it just didn't work out today. It's been a very bad. Now we're losing altitude here. Okay, it's been a very shitty tech day, to be honest with you guys. So I do apologize for that. So then took that picture, but then as we were walking out, having to kind of pass Mickey, I was like, hey, let's do a fun post. So that was the day. That was the day. So again, we enjoyed it. And again, that was the last day off I'm gonna have for a while, as far as not doing the wrestling stuff, doing the podcasting. But I love it. So again, we've got Greg Cherry Show the next 2 weeks. We've got Talk Wrestling next Tuesday night, of course, as we always do. We've got the Jack of All Trades tag team episode. All kinds of great stuff coming up. NoDQ.com on YouTube. Aaron of NoDQ, of course. The Greg Cherry brand on YouTube, at Greg Cherry brand. If you're watching on any channel, Constantine Studios, it's at Constantine Studios on YouTube. And of course, Jeff Meacham on YouTube and Jeff Meacham Network everywhere else. If I could ask Walt Disney one question, what would I ask him? That's a hell of a way to end it. Damn. I wasn't prepared for that, to be honest with you. I haven't really thought about that. I would probably ask him what he would have done if the craziness of opening day would have been a reflection of the entire success or lack thereof of the theme of Disneyland. Like how would he have moved forward if Disneyland had not been the success that it became? I would ask him what was Plan B. That's what I would ask. So there you go. All right, kids. I appreciate everybody coming in tonight. We're at that 45-minute mark, so I'm going to go ahead and wrap her up there. Again, check everything out this week and next week, and then into August and the rest of this year. It's going to be fun. Have a wonderful night, guys, and we'll see you next time right here on Talk Wrestling.